everyone, my name is Jessica and I'm the voice behind Petite Style Script, and I wanted to come in today to just briefly introduce myself and tell you a little bit more about the Tieks Ballet flats, and then tell you about some live sessions I'll have about answering some of your questions. So I'm Jessica, and by day I'm a pharmacist and a professor, so I love teaching and I love answering questions. So some of these posts that I recently wrote about in terms of the Tieks ballet flats and how to wear ballet flats to work really were about practical advice in a teaching format. And I'm honest with you, I'm not an affiliate of Tieks, I'm not a sponsor, I'm not sponsored by Tieks. I don't get any kickbacks from this company. I just honestly love this ballet flat brand. I love wearing it to work at both the healthcare setting and the academia setting, on my feet all day, 12 plus hours sometimes. So I wanted to just really show you in a more of a video format instead of you reading and trying to believe what I say, that I really love this brand and I'm here to answer any questions that you may have. So you can see that I'm holding two of my both of my first ballet flat colors, so the patent ruby red and the obsidian black, and I love my patent Tieks, and I do own some classic colors as well, but I love patent because it is really wipeable. Working in the healthcare setting, you never know what you might step in or get exposed to, so I can definitely just wipe off the patent a little bit easier than maybe a classic style. So that's why I love them. But you can also see I'm holding these two up right now. Some weird thing in this one, right? So I didn't write about this in my blog post, but I'll be doing a blog post on how I launder my clothes and take care of some of my items. And this is one of the ways I take care of my shoes or my ballet flats. So I actually really hate sweat marks, especially in ballet flats. You see a lot of sweat marks in them, and after 3 years of wear, you definitely are going to have some wear in them. But with my ballet flats, I have learned to place baking soda inside stocking nylon. And then every day after work, after I'm done wearing them, I'll just place my ballet flats on the floor and then place one of these baking soda filled nylons inside the ball of the foot, just like this, to help soak up any extra sweat residue that may be there. And I just leave that in for 24 hours, and then the next day when I come home, I just switch out the shoes that have the baking soda in them. So that's why you may see some actual white residue on some of the ballet flats. So I just will take a water and a washcloth and wipe this off, or a paper towel and wipe this off before I wear my ballet flats the next time. You may also see some baking soda inside my shoes at times. So this really helps because these are my first two pairs, but I didn't start doing this technique to my ballet flats until about a year and a half ago, so there were some significant sweat marks already on these ballet flats before I started this technique. So some of my newer ones look a little bit less worn and have a little bit less sweat marks on them. You also can see that I'm holding something in my left hand, and these are the Chic Sock Chillon. I actually wear these most of the time with Tieks ballet flats, and this is because I just want that added odor protection. So these slip on to my big toe and my pinky toe, and I place them on my feet, and then I put them on, and I place my feet in my ballet flats. So it just looks like this when they're on my feet. And I use this because they're washable, so they'll help absorb some of the sweat underneath the ball of my foot, and then add a little bit of cushioning, just a little bit here, and they're slip resistant and things, so these have been really helpful just to help add a little bit more comfort if I need it, but really it's because I want them to be washable and odor protected. So I don't like those usual no-show socks that a lot of people wear with ballet flats, because a lot of times you'll see them on the outside of the ballet flat, and if I'm going to be wearing a high quality $200 shoe, I don't want to show off a no-show sock liner, I want to be able to show off the gorgeous ballet flat. So that's where these Chics have really come in handy over the last year and a half for me. So I'm really here just wanting to answer any questions that you have. So that's why I did create a form to bring some of these question answer sessions into live Facebook videos. So that's a new venture that I'm trying out right now, and I want to have multiple live sessions to really answer your questions. So if you're reading this or reading my blog post or watching this video right now, you probably have questions about Tieks, right? Because you have anxiety about purchasing a shoe that's over $150, right? And I had that same anxiety. You know, I do like to invest in high quality items in a moderate budget, but I also don't usually buy things that are too expensive. So this was my most expensive shoe I purchased, over 3 years ago, and now it's the only brand of ballet flats that I own, because really if you're purchasing ballet flats that are $50 and they only last a year or half a year, and you keep on repurchasing them, it's going to add up to the same price as one pair of Tieks, right? I really want to get your questions answered if you have any anxiety over your first purchase. So I created the form. It has a survey of what time that you would prefer to have some of these live sessions. So I already have a list of questions that most people will probably want answered, but I want your questions that are specific to, did you not get your question answered adequately by another Tieks customer or by another online research component that you already did, and then I can help you answer that. And then it will also ask you if there's any specific reason that you want me to address in terms of, is it too costly, is it comfortable, is it long-term longevity, what kind of things are holding you back from purchasing. So I'm really here to answer your questions, and I really hope that you consider filling out the survey, and I hope to see you in a live Facebook session to answer your questions. So have a great day. Thank you.